tell them what I want right away. Right away, I am willing to not work on that project and be hired on that project if I am not a partner on it. And I tell them that from day one. I am stubborn from day one, and it has hurt us in certain circumstances, but chances are I probably didn't want to work on those projects anyway if they're not willing to give a slice of it. Not even a piece of pie, just a crumb. For me, that crumb means that we are partnered towards the same end goal. If they're not willing to do that, I find it to be a big problem now, because why should I not be invested in this thing that we're spending 4, 5 years working on, right? Whether it's my money, my time, whatever it is, there should be an even idea of partnership. Doesn't need to be an even split, but there has to be, I'm going to invest a little bit here so that we can both see that this thing is going to be the best thing it can be, both valuable for us, valuable for the end users, valuable for the earth. All of these things are results of a building. And if we can't totally trust each other and be some kind of partner, that's an issue. And so I'm upfront at the beginning. I often tell them that we need, I always go for a little bit more or a lot more, and then I peel back from there. So in terms of numbers, over the last couple of years, we've moved from 1% to 5% to 10% to 33%. And ultimately, now we're doing a project with 4 partners where it's a 25% split. I'm willing to put in all the time in the world to make sure this thing works now, right? I don't need a bunch of money. I just need a little bit to pay them and make sure that they're good. But I'll invest all of my time and principal's time to make sure that this thing's moving forward if we're even partners on this thing. It's amazing what people do when they're given some ownership of something. They will work their ass off to make sure that that thing is the best that it can possibly be. So be really open. Tell them what you want, because the only thing they're going to do, just like we talked about at the beginning, is say no. So you're in the same position you were when you first sat at the table. But if it's a little bit different, maybe you have a 1% stake of a 500-unit development, which down the road can start paying you dividends of, who knows, $15,000 a month, a couple $1 million over a year. Whatever it is, that then sustains your business, and you can go after other projects while your business is taken care of because of these early investments and these things you asked for that you wouldn't have had anyway if you didn't ask for them. Tell them what you want. Just like you tell someone that you want to work with them, or you tell them you want this project, or you tell them you're going to build a skyscraper in New York. If you don't tell it anybody, nobody's going to ask you, hey, did you want to build a skyscraper in New York? I have a site for you. That doesn't happen. It's never going to happen. You have to speak out loud what you want. Tell people what you want. Tell people what you're doing. Be vocal about it. And yes, you haven't done it yet, but if you don't tell anybody what you want and what you're doing, nobody's going to care and nobody's going to know.